Assalamualaikum and a very good day, everyone. Today, I would like to propose our findings and further discussions based on our research on the issue of whether Malaysia should continue to participate in PISA. Before we go any further, these are the members of my group who have been cooperating throughout the process. Regarding to our first research question, we are attempting to determine if Malaysia needs to continue with PISA. Based on the data collected, we discovered that the majority of 10 respondents said yes to continue with PISA, while only one indicate a no.
First of all, Malaysia can improve ranking in PISA by giving a major role for the educator. As we all know, teachers are cornerstone of high quality education in the country and such they deserve to be treated well both financially and professionally. And teachers should be focused on how to teach students to make sure they can achieve the goal that has been set by the Ministry of Education. But somehow, teacher has been burdened with unnecessary report and data that doesn't relate it to their teaching and learning tasks. And this will cause extreme fatigue among teachers and it will affect the teacher's performance in teaching and learning process.
Malaysia can improve its ranking by improving current educational system. Firstly, rather than passively reading and remembering by rote, students have to form appropriate questions, search memory for relevant responses, and find an appropriate answer. Implementing project-based tasks to develop higher order thinking skills such as decision making and analysis. A systematic monitoring and coaching system should be formulated. School Improvement Specialist Coaches (SISC Plus) should coach and support the upcoming teachers. Monitoring should be done regularly by SISC Plus after the training sessions. Instruments that will be used should have high validity and reliability. This is to ease the workload of teachers.
Finally, our respondents think that improving teacher quality would help in Malaysia's rankings. First of all, they think that there should be a push to incentivize high achievers to become educators. The current teacher shortage serves to amplify each obstacle in the education industry. If the pipeline stops producing teachers, the results will only fall further. Therefore, feeding the pipeline with high achieving candidates would help with the cause. One of the ways is by offering scholarships in the education sector. Next, the screening process to become a teacher should be more rigorous. Underqualified candidates might actually hinder the learning process. So, it is important to ensure teachers are equipped with the correct mindset in teaching. Next, high performing teachers should simply earn more. This is to motivate them to perform at a high standard at all times. At the end of the day, countless research shows that in most professional settings, more money equals to better work. This is also true in the education industry, where the most effective way to help a teacher feel valued is by paying them more. A framework that outlines clear, effective measures to train teachers is needed. Other countries that have revamped their educational framework have seen immense success in their work. This includes the likes of Hong Kong with their new method of teaching reading. Finally, high performing teachers should have a system in place in which they are able to mentor other teachers, involve their schools in research, and have a say in the school's curriculum. Now, that wraps up the point of the respondents who feel that we should continue with PISA. Next, we'll take a look at those who think that we shouldn't continue. Thank you.
We are continuing in our next research question, which is would Malaysia be better off not participating in PISA at all? So our respondent have given the opinion that as it time consuming to catching up with PISA. Through our research, we have found out that enduring changes in education practices can take decades, not a few years, to come to fruition. PISA focuses on 3-year cycle. Policymakers have to scramble to make changes. that could result in undercooked and unsuitable policies. For example, we know that the status of teachers and the prestige of teaching as a profession have a strong influence in the quality of instructions. But that status varies strongly across cultures and is not easily influenced by short-term policy. Moreover, these short-term cycles encourages short-term goals that might not be beneficial for the nation's student in the long run. Preparing young men and women for gainful employment is not the main goal of the public education, which has to prepare students for participation in democratic self-government, moral action, and a life personal development, growth, and well-being. Also, the problem of setting short-term goals coupled with the fact that PISA is carried out in a short-term interval spells disasters for policymakers if they base their policies around PISAs only. Overall, the majority of the respondents believe that Malaysia should continue participating in PISA. Respondents also shared their thoughts on how Malaysia might improve its ranking, including taking a more active role as educator, improve the current education system, and boosting teachers' quality, while only one respondent believed that we should discontinue participation related to the amount of time necessary to catch up with PISA.